The travel industry continues to be hurt by the ongoing pandemic. Today, the operator of Toronto's Pearson Airport announced it'll be cutting the size of its workforce by 27% because of a reduction in travelers. The Greater Toronto Airport Authority says 500 positions will be eliminated. 300 of those will involve layoffs and voluntary departures. Meanwhile, some other travel-related news. A tentative agreement has been reached to keep the Canada-U.S. border closed to non-essential travel until at least August 21st. The bilateral agreement limits discretionary cross-border travel while still allowing trade or essential workers to cross freely. The deal between the two countries, which has been extended 3 times, is set to expire on July 21st. Now, with the rest of the day's business news, here's Chris McCusker.
A decent day on North American markets, all things considered, even as some states are rolling back their reopenings because of a spike in coronavirus cases. There was also a record new number of deaths set in Florida today at 132. Shares in Boeing moved higher, even as the plane maker reported a tough second quarter with a drop of 78% in commercial plane deliveries. At the same time, we also started getting some details about the U.S. Air Force looking to buy up to 200 jets. There were also a couple of U.S. banks that reported earnings with somewhat mixed results. Now in Canada, no swings on Bay Street. Tomorrow we get a Bank of Canada interest rate announcement with the new Bank of Canada Governor Tiff Macklem. Not much movement in the Canadian dollar today. Delta Airlines lost $5.7 billion in its latest quarter. And yes, the coronavirus pandemic is getting most of the blame. The recovery has also not been smooth because of that resurgence of COVID-19 cases in the U.S. The CEO, Ed Bastian, says it will take more than 2 years for the airline to make a sustainable recovery from the virus and the harm it is doing to the global economy. Now, shares in Netflix were a weight on Wall Street today after that stock got a downgrade. An analyst at UBS says the company looks poised to report a strong June quarter as it continued to benefit from COVID-19 lockdowns. But he goes on to say investors seem to have already priced in the benefits. The streaming company set to report earnings on Thursday. Year to date, the stock is up by 60%. And Canopy Growth is jumping on board for a new pact in this country. It is called the Black North Initiative CEO Pledge, a commitment to fill at least 3.5% of top executive and board roles with Black leaders by 2025. The Ontario-based cannabis firm joins Scotiabank and Rogers Communications, the parent company of this station, along with others, in the pledge to boost diversity within its ranks. Now, all are expected to attend a virtual summit organized by the Canadian Council of Business Leaders Against Anti-Black Systemic Racism next week. In the 680 Business Center, I'm Chris McCusker.